Welcome back again, BL Trails and Tales, and today we're going to talk a little bit about stress and stress in your life, stress with your animals, how it affects you and how it affects others. Uh, as you know, I've got a lot of experience with horses and dogs, and a lot of experience with stress here, especially in the last 6 months on a personal level. But uh, you have stress in your life, and we all have different ways on how to deal with that. If you're looking at a dog, most of the time when a dog is stressed out, you can tell they get fearful. Most of the dog bites come from a dog that's stressed out. You've all seen it on TV where you've got the pretty little lab right here, and some woman, or man or whatever, anchor pushing on TV, trying to give the dog a kiss or something like that, and the dog bites it. Well, the dog's never bit before, but the thing is, it's put into a stressful situation and doesn't know these people. There's lights and cameras and all this other stuff going on. The dog is stressed out, and then you get in that dog's face. Well, it just reacts in a defensive manner. And a lot of times we do that in our lives too. When we get stressed out, we bite, we retaliate, we protect ourselves in a stressful manner. Um, Dogs don't know how to deal with stress like that. Humans are supposed to be a little more evolved, and so we're supposed to be able to comprehend and try and work our way out of it. If you relate it to a horse, I've got a great buckskin horse that I ride that I can head and heel on both directions. And when I'm roping at the church arena or whatnot, he's just as solid in the box as he could possibly be. Take him over to the rodeo and back him in the box, and there's bucking horses behind him that's almost trying to bite his butt. You got people over here getting the cattle up, and they're waving flags around. He gets stressed out. He rears up, comes out on his back legs. It's not because that's how he's trained. That's not what he wants to do, but he's stressed out, and so he's got to release that stress somehow. And we as people, as humans, we have to do the same thing. Uh, and sometimes we jump out and try and take care of the situation ourselves, I guess. With a horse in that type of situation, I can work with him and get him saying, hey, this box, I know it's a little stressful in here, but we're okay, you know. And I can't I can't bully him into it. I can't beat him into it. I can't kick and spur and whip and all this other stuff and try and make him calm down in there. What I want is for him to understand that it may be a stressful situation, but it's okay. That I'm in control, and as long as I'm in control, he's going to be safe and he's going to be good. And as long as he understands that, then we've got a bond. He lets me take that stress away from him, and so he can deal with it. Otherwise, if he deals with it on his own, he does it in an aggressive manner. Like trying to jump up in the box, spin around the box, come out on your hind legs, whatever. That's how he deals with it, unless he's got somebody to rely on to take that stress away from him. And that's what I work towards and usually succeed. I guess I always do because I persevere. I'm kind of tenactic that way. But anyway, and then we get stressed in our life. And my word, as humans and as men, women, and fathers and grandfathers and whatnot, you look at the world situation now, and let me tell you, I don't know if you got stress in your financial life, your home, your relationship with your spouse or your family or whatnot. But if you look at the news, you got a whole lot to be stressful about. I mean, you got the war with Iraq and Israel, and maybe that's coming to a conclusion now with a peace agreement. Thing is with that, those people never, they've been fighting for thousands of years, and they're not, I don't think they're going to stop now. They have a little withdrawal period, I think, is about all that they can do. But what's really spooky is the nuclear weapons that that they were trying to produce there. And even if that facilities have been knocked out now, you have people like North Korea, China, Russia, or whatever that you hear rumors of. Well, we'll give you a nuclear weapon. We'll help you out, and that is a scary, stressful situation to be threatened by nuclear war, and then you've got Russia and Ukraine and that war going on. Uh, and then there's the Terminator factor too that we've got that we have to stress about. I just saw on the news this morning. It comes down there across the bottom of the screen. What the heck was that? AI. The AI now uh, has basically become self-aware, just like in the Terminator movies. Uh, that it could reason, and that it could. What the heck was that? Uh, it was reason, and then it could retaliate, and it had the ability or was becoming to the point where it would turn on its creator, whoever made that AI program or whatnot. That it was so advanced now that it's like being, becoming self-aware. You had, I don't know if you're old, but there was 2001 Space Odyssey with HAL, the computer, up there, that became self-aware, and the people that were in the spaceship kind of lab, whatever it was, he just pretty much determined that they were kind of an infection and they weren't needed, for him to go ahead and run this mission. And so Hal kind of turned off the oxygen on them and stuff like that, to try and kill them, just get them out of the way because they were worthless. Well, it's pretty darn stressful when you see that the AI, what they've got going on. I mean, they've got combat robots. They've got them doing martial arts. They've got balance. Physically, I mean, they're a formidable opponent. You know that they're getting developed for war applications because that's what everything leads to. A better bomb, a better gun, a better warship, or whatever. Uh, but the AI and be able to have robots in battle actions. I mean, they're using the drones now, and that's just pretty darn close too. There's inexpensive drones, and they just fly them into buildings or fly them into people, and so all that's pretty spooky. So you got a lot of stress in your life, and then how do we deal with that? How do you deal with it? Um, some people drink. They drown their stress in alcohol, or they, marijuana use or drug use or something like that. Some people, de-stress through pornography. They de-stress in ways that are not beneficial. Just like my buckskin horse when he was, coming out of the box on his hind feet. It's not a beneficial way to deal with that stress. And so people have to deal with it in a different way. And here, my stress level, I de-escalate by working with a horse. And I'll get back to working with the horses. I had a nasal operation here not too long ago, and I wasn't able to do anything for a little over a week, but I'll get back to it now. And that helps me de-stress. I mean, my worries really kind of fade away when I'm in a round pen and when I'm on a horse. Um, I'm not concentrating about anything except for what I'm doing horseback, what I'm doing with that horse, trying to be a partner with that horse and to get a good result. And that's my focus. And as long as I'm focused on that, then I can't worry about all this Terminator stressful stuff, that's going on in the world. But then when you come out of that, then you got to face the world and the reality. And that's one of the ways I do it. I don't know how you do it. If you're a horse person and you're listening to this, then you probably do pretty much the same lines as I do. You feel at peace on the horseback, whether it's riding in an arena or whether it's riding up on the mountain, the trail, or whatnot. It just helps ease your mind, and you feel good about yourself. I started team roping really to help de-stress also. It just gave me something to focus on that wasn't a job related. it was a competition that I could focus on, and my mind would be at ease while I was doing that, and it still is. I still enjoy it. I enjoy teaching it more than and helping others more than I enjoy roping itself, I guess. But you may deal with it different ways. A lot of people go to the gym, they got a morning workout, they go for a walk, they have a dog, uh, they have different ways of dealing with that stressful situation, and I think we all need that, and I hope um, that this podcast um, would help you in some way realize that you're not alone. Everybody does it, and yeah, we're all pretty much worried about the same type of things. You can tweak all the situations that you want: um, divorce, relationships, alcoholism, um, all the bad things in life. Uh, Many people turn to religion, and more so now, I believe. They're bringing more back into the school, allowing the Bible to be read and taught again in school, which it should be, and uh, and hopefully to have more of a God-fearing nation. But at the same time, you're getting two extremes now, because you see that deal in the New York governor or New York mayor race, and he's a socialist, and he was saying, if Benjamin Netanyahu gets into New York, he'd have him arrested, and then all the socialist things he wanted to do, I mean, free food, free housing, I mean, all these things that are against what the United States of America was founded on, and the principles of capitalism and whatnot. So, all that stuff is still very stressful that you can see, and the good part of it is that the religion I believe, is making a comeback. You see that more and more on the news also, and yet you have this other extreme. And I think there's very little middle ground now. I mean, we used to all kind of be sort of in the middle, um, and play it by ear, and everybody pretty much was on the same lines. I mean, there'd be radicals left and right, but in the middle were where 70, 80% of the people used to be. But I don't think there's any middle now. There's maybe 10% that's kind of what you would call in the middle, and the rest are on either side. And you say whether they're on extreme left or extreme right, or whether they're just left and right. But anyway, you got that. Uh, those things going on in the world. There are positive things that's going on. I hope there's a lot of positive things going on in your life. If not, create them. You can't dwell on situations that you can't control. I can't control the wars and whatnot. What I can do is control my mind and what I think about them and what I dwell on. And if I'm allowed to allow myself just to be consumed by it, then I would be sitting in a dark room with a bottle of whiskey or something and drowning my sorrows until I couldn't even think straight, and then maybe that was be the cure. But I'm not like that, and I hope that you're not. You just embrace it and say, hey, this is a situation I can't control, but I'm going to control the situations I can control. Just like my buckskin horse, I can control that situation. Was it out of control? Yeah, it was out of control. Was it disrespectful? Yes, it was. But it's something that you can control through patience and working with the animal, or dog, horse, whatever it is. I don't know about cats. I don't know much about cats. I don't think you can train a cat to do anything. But dogs and horses you can. And sometimes people, I can be trained a little bit. But all that de-stress, and find something that you enjoy, playing basketball, playing sports, getting in with a team, a league, music. I mean, music is great. People that do that, sing, find joy in your life, whether it's with your kids, sitting down at the table, playing cards with them, playing board games. I don't know about playing video games with, you're sitting here with, if it's my son, he's sitting there, and I'm on a video game and he's on a video game, and I'm not sure that's quality time. I'd rather play a game of cards or dominoes or something like that, where you're actually interacting with each other on a personal basis and not through a machine or a video game. So that's kind of my prejudice. That's where I come from. And but anyway, yeah, find a way to de-stress, enjoy life, live it to the fullest. Be aware of what's going around on you. Know what you can control and what you can't control. And the stuff you can't control, cut it loose. Just cut it loose. You can't do anything about it. If you're religious, turn it over to God. God will take care of you. It says give his worries to him. And 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 I believe in that. And it's made a huge difference in my life too. The more I turn things over to God that I can't control, I just say, well, that's his plan. And whether I agree with it or not, it, it doesn't matter. It's his plan, and that's what's going to happen. And the end outcome is what I'm concerned with, because here, this life on earth is finite. I mean, and but eternity is eternal, and I want to set my sights on that. I'll do the best I can here. I want to enjoy it. I want to help other people. I hope I can help people a little bit through the podcast. If you do, I appreciate you would share. I appreciate it if you subscribe. I'd like to reach as many people as I possibly can. And part of this is a de-stress for me, and part of it, I think, is going to be a legacy for my children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, that they'll know their grandpa a little bit more from this type of podcasting situation. I'll get more back into horses as soon as I get back on. It's hot out here in Colorado. It's getting about 100 degrees every day. And so I'll work early in the morning and then later in the evening with the horses. And we'll get back to that, and we'll get back to more on training methods and what we believe. And hopefully I get on some trail rides here pretty soon and see some beautiful country. And my 4-horse living quarters trailer kind of drove off in January, so I don't have my mobile home when I go camping, and I kind of enjoyed that. But so I'm going to have to adapt to the situation and make the best of that too. And so I'll be sleeping on the ground a little bit more than in a nice comfy bed. But anyway, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you share it. And I've made a bunch of songs. I've done that long time, I guess, and put the words down. But now through what I've learned, I can put those songs to music and make them come to life. And so on this station, on this channel, YouTube channel, there's a playlist there, and there'll be songs that I've written. Take a gander at them and listen to them. They're true. They're all true stories that put into songs and words, and that helps me de-stress also. Not distress, but de-stress. You have to worry about my pronunciation here, because I've never been able to speak that well. I can speak often, but not that well. So anyway, hope you enjoy it. Have a great day, and God bless.